As a warning, some of the clips in the podcast ahead, there are people talking without microphones, and it took me until now to realize that you cannot really hear them. And the people on the microphones are kind of loud, but you can still hear most of the discussion. So this is why we kept it all. So enjoy, sit back, relax, take a break from grading, and give us an A. Thank you. Bye.
Is this on? Is it
Hello. Well, yes, it's on.
Okay. She's like, hey, is this thing on?
Hello. Welcome to Mine and Lolly's podcast, discussion edition.
You're watching?
No, I'm not watching it. I was thinking. Okay. Okay. We did originally film us all watching the episode minus the person on the end.
Right.
We did record that, except it was not saved and the footage is deleted. So voiceover us will recreate the best reactions.
You have it.
Wait. Yeah.
You have the video. He sent it.
You did send. Never mind. The video was not deleted. Oh, that's good.
So delete that part.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we'll just start. Okay, let's start over. And action.
God. Emily's gone now.
Hello. Welcome back to our podcast. I am Arianna.
I'm Alejandra.
I'm Sanella.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Emily.
Okay, and these are our guests and guests. Okay, so Lolly and I are in the philosophy of Black Mirror class, in case you forgot, Dr. Collins. And Zanella and Aaron are not in any philosophy class or major. We have a crim major and a business major. And then Emily is a philosophy major as one of her majors, so which is why she wasn't initially going to be in this, because we don't want another philosophy person, but it's fine. You might occasionally see or hear our live-in producer, Mila. She's in the corner. You can't see her right now, but you will be able to hear her.
This is Mila. Oh, don't eat the mic. Don't eat the mic, Mila.
She is our live-in producer. She makes sure that, you guys can hear us and everything like that, make sure we keep it family friendly.
I will try.
Okay. So we're gonna start it off like kind of like how Dr. Collins starts off our class, and we talk about the technology in the episode.
And philosophical questions.
Yeah, the technology and philosophical questions and topics in the episode. So for this episode, we watched USS Callister. I guess we can go around and say like our initial thoughts about it. Emily didn't watch the episode, so she will not be participating in this portion. Okay, Lolly, you can go first.
Wait, what was the question?
Just your initial reactions to the episode.
I thought it was pretty crazy.
I thought
it's not your turn.
I thought that the guy was really creepy, and he was also the main guy on Kinds of Kindness, and it gave off that same kind of vibe.
What main guy?
The main guy, like the main character. I don't even know what the hell his name was.
The CTO.
His name is Robert Daly.
I want to restart.
We're not restarting. Okay.
Not how podcast works, man.
Okay, so that's your initial reaction. My reaction to it was, what the heck? Okay, that was crazy. I felt like
Get over here. No.
I felt like this was one of the only episodes that we actually got to see where the, I guess, protagonist of the episode got a happy ending, which I found nice. Like, I thought that was good. And I thought that it reminded me so much of the Truman Show and Free Guy.
That was a good one.
Me either.
Okay,
Guy has Ryan Reynolds in it.
Free Guy is a movie, and so is the Truman Show. Okay, and Zanella, because that's the name of the movie.
I thought it was pretty crazy. I do agree on Ariana on that. The protagonist did get a happy ending, and that usually does not happen. I don't know. It was definitely towards the end. It was pretty like intense, so I thought that was really good. It was a really good episode.
I thought it was good.
No, Emily didn't see the episode.
You're right. Never mind.
I just wanted to hold the tiny mic.
Okay. So I guess the technology that was in the episode was the game thing that was very similar to.
It was called Infinity.
That was the name of the game. Yeah. And the disc, that's what they called it, the game disc. Yeah. It reminded me of the same one from Striking Vipers.
Yeah, I think it was almost the same kind of thing. Like it was in like the same universe as Striking Vipers,
which is like creepy crossover. It gave also the same vibes as White Christmas with the cookies. Mm-hmm. That wasn't a really good Christmas episode. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It was kind of terrible. But okay, so would you guys use the gaming disc in the game Infinity if it were real?
No, because I don't game. No, because I don't game.
Okay. Emily, I'm gonna describe it to you. It's like a little disc that goes on your side, on like your temple, and once it's on, you kind of just sit there and you go, and then you're in the game. Like it puts you in, your consciousness is transferred into the game. So it's like VR, but like.
Have you seen Don't Worry, Darling? The Harry Styles movie.
Okay, it is very much like that. Was a good analogy.
Yeah. That's the first thing I thought of.
But it.
I didn't think of anything.
It's like VR, but there isn't like a screen in your eye. Like there isn't like a screen. Your like consciousness is put into the game. Okay. So like you're just laying there, like your body is in like a vegetative state.
But you're like in the game.
Your mind is in the game. And like you can feel like everything in the game. Like you hear like everything. Would you use this game?
Honestly, I want to say yes because it seems very interesting and I'd love to be in like a game world. However, I am worried about what the effects might have on my consciousness. So I would say I'd want to do more like looking into it, but it seems very interesting and I'd love to be inserted into a game.
Interesting.
Okay, Zanella?
I don't think so. Just because, well, first of all, I don't really play games, and then what I saw through that, it's pretty scary. Being stuck in that, and I don't want to do that.
I was thinking that it was really cool how he like made the non-player characters like using their DNA, and like we actually get to see like a different version of how a cookie could be made, because before it was like a really expensive process and like only like the upper 1% got to do it based on like they inserted it into your mind and then they pulled it out. Mm-hmm. And like this one, they just like you could do like a cheek swab and then all of a sudden you can get to be a cookie. I mean, like it's illegal to like steal someone's DNA in the UK, but I thought that was That was crazy.
But would you use the game?
Um,
Because that did not answer the question.
we'll switch that. I kept forgetting what I was thinking because everyone was talking about something else, but I wanted to say it before I forgot it again.
Okay. But like, would you play the game?
I'd play with like my friends.
Okay. I would definitely use it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, all y'all were like,
yeah, I mean, I guess
I would 100% play this game.
I guess it would be.
It would be fun if you were like willing participants to go in. And play together.
So now we got a cookie shoved in her mouth. That's cool. Oh, okay. Also, we were you talking about cookies. They have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh my god.
It's really. I love cookies.
Oh, I forgot that they don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Emily, can you please throw this in the trash can? Not the spoons, just the ice cream.
No, really? I thought you guys wanted me to throw out the spoons too, you know?
Okay. Anyways.
I mean, wait. Yes, it is interesting. Sorry. I thought it. I mean, it is interesting. I mean, it's pretty cool, but it's just kind of scary at the same time.
Yes, I do think that the idea of being stuck in the game is scary. And I think if I would never use it the way that Robert Daly used it in the game, like he stole DNA from his coworkers, it made them into like put their consciousness, not their consciousness, like the human, like his coworkers were still living their lives. Yeah, he basically made digital clones of his coworkers and put them in the game, except they didn't know that they were in the game at first, like they thought they were kidnapped or whatever. I would never do what he did, but I think at the end of the episode you can see other people playing the, like, kind of hear them playing the game, and the guy was like, either get out of my zone or trade, or I'm gonna like blast you or whatever, and so they left. But I feel like I would definitely play that game because it sounded so much like GTA, just in space. And I would definitely play that game, especially if, like, I've always been like, I wish I could drive like the car in GTA, and I feel like if I was able to do that, I definitely would. Yeah, except I'd probably hurt myself because I've already like broken a nail using a VR headset, so I've I definitely would find a way to hurt myself while doing this, but I would still definitely try it for sure.
Okay, what's the
You don't need to raise your hand, Emily, just speak.
Okay, well, I have a question about the game. If you die in the
You
thing,
don't need to yell. It's a microphone.
I'll speak in normal volume. If you die in the thing, do you die in real life?
No. Well, okay, that's
This is
Wait, say
okay.
that again?
So the characters themselves, you don't die. Like the people playing the game don't die. The reason why, so Robert Daly in the thing, the code gets deleted while he's in the game, so he can't exit the game. And so his consciousness is stuck in the game, and then it deletes.
It puts him into a coma.
But it's because he like put in alien code into it to create his own little pocket universe within the game that no one knew of except for him and the people in it. So when that got deleted,
Hey, there's no cussing in this podcast.
this is
a
a family
PG.
friendly. I will be cutting that out.
He deleted himself.
But yeah, that's what happened. And so,
No, like they deleted.
well, they deleted, but it was his code.
Yeah.
But yeah, he ended up, so at the end of the episode he's kind of just sitting there, like there's tears coming out of his eyes, and he's just
dead.
he's not dead.
Oh,
He put himself into a
conscious.
coma because his
coma.
consciousness is gone. So yeah,
Copy of your consciousness?
no, he didn't make a copy of his consciousness.
He
No,
wanted to play it.
he
like,
was
as himself.
he was in there. Like, he'd leave and exit the game as he wished, but that's what we're gonna start talking about is NPCs.
the characters that he created for his own little world were cognizant and like sentient beings.
But they're not.
And they didn't want to be in the game anymore. So they tried to delete themselves. That's what they were trying to do. They didn't end up deleting themselves, but they tried to delete themselves.
What is wrong with the bowl you're already in?
Anyways, back to the podcast. All of this will be cut out. Okay, so we'll start talking about like the philosophical things. Can you pull up? We have guided notes to make this a more guided discussion. So we can obviously go on tangents and things like that and like start talking about whatever. But Lolly and I will kind of serve as the voice of Dr. Collins, who tries to like, we're going to not agree with you on purpose.
Okay.
Like, we're going to fight back.
Okay.
Okay. So the chapter talks about the ethics of virtual reality and digital consciousness. And it says the episode raises questions about the nature of identity, consciousness, and autonomy. What do you guys think about that?
Can we get dictionary?
Yeah, I don't get
Please use smaller words.
Okay. Okay, here's a question.
I'm pretty dumb.
Do you guys think that the characters in the game, the NPCs that were cognizant, do you think they were like alive?
I don't know.
They had minds. They can make like free will. Do you think they had free will? Do you think anything that they did?
Are we talking about like the characters that were put in there unintentional, like the ones that like the copies, or
The
are we
digital copies of his coworkers?
okay? Well, being that they're clones, I believe that they had their own minds, but it's not the same mind of the person outside.
Yeah, that's not what I asked. I asked if those minds were like if they were alive.
Like the people
The characters inside the game, do you think that they're alive?
they're alive in the game because they're making their own decisions and they're acting out as if they're themselves. So if like they are in the game, but they are making their own decisions, yeah? And like they're choosing to do whatever they want to do, and they have their own thoughts, which are the reasons for why they'd want to do what they want to do. And being the fact that they're able to make these choices, I would say that they are conscious.
What? You were fighting on me this earlier, so fight back.
No, we were talking about if they were real or not.
Okay. Do you think they're real?
We'll define real.
Like, you were the one that was fighting that they were real. You fight that they're real.
No, because she's gonna agree with me. The whole point is to fight back. Say that they're not.
Okay, I don't think that they're real. I think that they're real. They're fake real in their fake real world on the internet. But do you think they're actually real? Like actually real people?
Well, define real.
Like you and me.
How do we know we're not in a game?
We don't.
So does that mean we're not real?
We believe that we're real.
I'm sure they believe that I'm sure they believe that they are real too.
Yeah, but they were shown that they weren't.
When
He took away her face.
They knew they were in a game.
They knew they were in a game.
but they were still making their own decisions.
Kinda.
Were they Here's the thing. Do you think clones are real? Not clones, but like if someone were to be cloned
Can
and
you
like
touch them?
yeah,
And they're in this world.
yes.
Then yeah.
Why aren't they real just because they're in a different world?
No, I'm saying that because they're in that world, they're real there, but not here.
Well, they're definitely not real here because they're not in our world. But
So they're not real. So, because, like, if you kill them there, like, their actual real bodies don't die. Then nothing happens to the real people.
do they exist anymore?
No. I mean, the real people in this world do. But they, in the game, don't exist anymore.
So if someone makes a clone of themselves and you kill the clone, was the clone not real?
Question. Someone dies and you can only have the memories of that person. Is that person real?
What?
Okay, Elvis Presley.
Oh, okay.
Is he real? You can't touch him,
Yeah, but he's dead.
but you only have the memory of him.
Are we going to start talking about Jesus?
Oh my god, let's go to the alternative!
Hey, the alternative is actually pretty
I'm
cool,
sorry,
man.
that was probably really insensitive to the religious people in the room.
I was trying to actively avoid religion, but my entire mind went, so what about people who believe in God?
Okay,
Because
but
you can't touch God, but people still believe in him. I mean,
I do.
y'all.
yeah,
So
they're real if you make them real. So I guess
So it's
to
in
you,
your-
they're not real.
So
but-
it's in your imagination. So is that like just your like it's a fantasy?
But what makes something a fantasy?
Something that's
the
not-
reason why we started talking about, I mean, at least her and I, we started talking about this was because I said that Robert Daly got what he deserved at the end of the episode. Like, he deserved to have his consciousness deleted because, like, pure karma because of what he did. Like, he was torturing those people for years. And she said, well, they're not real, so it doesn't matter.
The thing is, even though the people in real life are not being tortured, think about it as a clone. When you clone someone, obviously, like person A, like the original person, is not going to feel the pain that the clone goes through, right? But the clone still feels the pain. And like you said, the characters in the game still feel. Like if you're in the game, you feel. So in that sense, those like the things in the game are just like clones. They feel just because the original person doesn't feel. But if it has like a mind and it can make its own decisions and it's like deciding to do whatever it wants to do and it's going throughout its own life and experiencing things and understanding what they're experiencing, they are real.
Okay. Do you think it's okay to hurt a clone?
No.
A digital clone? Do you think it's okay to like hurt, like to, I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, you're not killing them because they can't die. But do you think it's okay to hurt a digital clone? I want to hear from someone else.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Can you?
Explain.
Do you think it's okay to hurt a digital clone of someone?
I think it's fine. It just kind of shows your character.
Elaborate. Like it's a like what do you mean
Like
it's
if you
fine?
hurt them, then you will probably hurt people.
But he doesn't actually hurt
So,
any
like, it's-
real people.
Yeah, but it just shows your character. Like if
I
that
don't
person,
agree.
like Robert Daly, was hurting those people, it just showed how creepy and weird and villainous he was.
But do you
Oh,
think
I
it's
get what
okay
you
what he
mean.
did?
Yeah,
Like he has a revenge story.
it's not a revenge. It's like if
he
it's
had a reason for everything.
he
that
can
did
do
that.
it and it's fine. It technically
does have a
isn't. It's
reason.
not illegal, so, but it just shows your character.
But
So like,
does it being illegal mean that it's okay? Like it's legal by like law, but like it's also like legal to cut someone in line? Like, does it make it okay?
Put someone in line.
It's okay, but it just shows your character. You can make it not okay, but
I think I get what you're saying.
yeah, we think differently. Okay, I'm left-handed.
Like,
He uses the left
like
hand.
you're saying, like it's okay to use it. It's just how you use it.
Do you think it's morally okay if I find?
Ethnically, probably.
Yeah.
Ethnically?
Ethically.
Ethically.
Yeah.
I agreed.
You know what I meant.
I did not know what
It
you
was like,
meant.
I was like,
I was so concerned.
I was like, yeah.
Kant.
What?
You agree with Kant.
Oh, I thought you called me a cunt.
I did too.
I was like, oh damn.
No,
Let's take a turn for the
Immanuel
worst.
Kant.
Who?
Okay.
I'm not a philosophy major.
I'm pretty sure his name is Kant.
Yeah.
So your point is.
Okay, so basically, Immanuel Kant came up with the idea of deontology, and
Oh, we
he.
know deontology.
Deontologist.
Hey, thanks, Colin.
So
We also know about
basically,
utilitarianism.
Utilitarian.
Utilitarian.
Or
Fuck.
not what you deserve.
Utilitarianism. I got it.
Utilitarianism is not deontology.
No, I know it's
But
not.
like,
I was trying to
what's
say the other word.
fundamentally Right.
yeah, but not based off of reward or punishment, just because
Virtue,
it's right.
like the
Mhm.
virtue theorists.
So
Virtue theorists are characteristics.
yeah, but it's the same thing.
basically, like in terms of animal rights, Kant basically said that it's like even though they might not have consciousness in the way that we have consciousness, it like we still are obligated to treat animals with kindness because it reflects our character. And
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, but then he would
Slay.
say that the deontologist would say that it's
not
okay.
ethical.
It's not ethical to.
Well, fuck your decision.
It's
Your decision.
Agreed. You were like, that's what I was saying, and then I was like, well, he would also say this, and you're like, well, fuck him then.
we're doing really great at keeping this PG.
It's fine.
I'm not taking this class. I'm not a philosophy major.
I'll add beeps to all the curse words.
Yeah. Bleep.
That was unnecessary.
You don't take any more classes, so you don't care.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm basically done. Okay.
I'm not. Please don't hate me in your class next semester.
Okay.
We're cutting
Zanella.
all of it
I
out.
already said.
No, you didn't. All you did was say, "Oh, I think I understand what you're saying, Aaron," and then that was it.
I
But-
did. I explained it.
But did you agree with it? You just explained what Aaron
Yeah,
said.
and I said I
And
agree.
she said it was cunt.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
We're for comedy.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
for comedic relief.
Based off of what you said or whatever, do you think that what Harry Styles' character did in Don't Worry Darling was okay?
No, because he
No.
hurt a woman. Literal kidnap.
But he stole their DNA
No,
and made virtual copies of
not
them
Harry Styles.
in USS
No,
Callister.
and USS Callister.
Where are we going?
We're just
We're
saying,
trying
like,
to
do you
make a
think what Robert
parallel.
Daly did in USS
You just
Callister is
said
the
you
same?
think what Harry
Yeah, but I was getting to that, and then you asked where are we going, and then I was gonna get there.
What's the question?
Okay, what is the point?
You wouldn't let me ask it. Okay, so what Harry Styles did, and what Harry Styles. Well, it's your soup. Anyways, what Harry Styles did in Don't Worry, Darling is wrong. Right? We all agree that what he did in Don't Worry, Darling is wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we all agree that but we don't all agree that what Robert Daly did in USS Callister is wrong?
Yeah, because it's different.
Why?
And Harry Styles directly hurt a
It physically.
person physically. Like she was basically captured. Like her actual conscious was in that different realm, whatever.
Okay, so you guys are all okay with the fact that he threw a kid out of an airlock? We're all okay with that?
I mean, it
Absolutely
just shows
not.
that he wanted to do it, and he did it.
But he's not a moral human being.
No one said that he was.
I didn't say that he was.
Well, I had asked if you think
I
what
said
he did
that
was
it was-
morally okay, and you said yes.
No, you just said if it was okay.
Do you think it's morally okay?
No, I said I
You
clarified.
didn't say morally.
Morally okay.
I can show you the footage.
Pull it right now.
I did say morally.
Stop the video.
You said ethically, actually.
No,
Do you think it's morally okay?
he said.
said
I said, "Is it
ethically.
morally okay?" And then he goes, "Yeah, I think ethnically it's fine." And I said, "What?" And that's how that happened, because he meant
Basically, like-
ethically.
But,
But-
when you're saying like, is it okay? Are you saying like, is it ethical?
I'm saying, is it morally okay? That's what I asked.
Yeah.
I
No.
clarified. I had asked if it was okay. and
Okay,
then
well,
I
no,
clarified
now.
later.
Well, you just said okay, and I said yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't hear more.
I have a
I
question.
changed. I
Okay.
clarified.
See?
No, I
Pull the
clarified
tape.
it
Do you think it's morally okay?
later.
I have a
Okay. So, are we talking about if he's playing the game, if that's morally okay, or if it's morally okay for him to torture the the fake real people?
So the torture
Like,
part,
playing
then
the
no.
game, I think playing the game is fine. Like you're buying a game and you're playing it. I don't think there's anything morally wrong with that. I think he knew that the NPCs, not the non-player characters, right? The NPCs in the game that he created were I guess sentient, like they were alive, like they could feel things, they had feelings. They didn't want to be there. They were scared when they first got there. They all said they were scared and they had to get used to it. But he knew that going into it and still chose to, like, he basically forced them to play along.
Yeah, he
And I think that
chose.
that's wrong morally. I think it's wrong despite the fact that they're not humans. Like, they're digital copies of humans, but they knew that that's something that they had feelings and they could make choices, and that choice was taken away from them. And I think taking away someone's choice, he basically forced them into slavery. And I think that that's wrong.
I don't disagree that he's an asshole.
I'm like, what was the point?
Well, we're just trying to have a conversation.
I know. But the question, I was just like, wait.
Well, we were talking about the ethics of non-player characters and whether or not, like, they
Okay.
have
So you
identity
basically
and
said
that.
what we.
Yeah.
So
So
I have
we're
a
gonna say.
question. Would it be okay to hurt other non-player characters or just those specific
Is
ones?
that not what you do in Fortnite? You're
No,
literally
it-
killing them.
But they don't have a consciousness.
No. In non-player,
Non-player characters are people that are already in the game, like the background people, the people that aren't being run by.
not Fortnite.
Okay, well, yeah. You run them over?
I did. I never said that I didn't.
Okay, so are you an asshole?
I was just clarifying what she meant by non-player characters. Like, I wasn't.
But
didn't-
that's what I
Yeah,
asked. You
but
think it's okay?
I think it's fine if I think that if this character, you know, like the people I run over on the beach in GTA, if they told me that they were alive and that they could feel these things, I wouldn't do it. Okay. But as far as I know currently, the GTA characters are not like they don't feel these things. Like they may
No, but
make
I'm
the
talking
sound
in that
effects.
universe.
Yeah.
If they're in
So
that
we
universe,
can't hurt any non-player characters in that universe.
I think in
Or just
specifically in the Infinity game and in his universe, like the Robert Daly's one,
that. Okay.
they were all cognizant. He was aware that they were cognizant, and that's why it's wrong. I think all the other characters, if they were to come in and like just start shooting people, I don't think what they were doing is wrong if they're not aware that they're cognizant.
What about
Wait,
striking vipers?
wait, time out. I think this mic is dying. It's red.
Oh.
The mic is dying, but it's not dead yet, so keep using it. Yeah, sure.
No, but okay, so what about the striking vipers?
What do you mean?
Because the striking vipers X like mod, which is basically Infinity, it's a different game, but it's still like the Infinity technology where you go in and you can feel pain, you can feel sensations. Okay, what about those non-player characters? Because what's his face, the Carl guy, slept with the NPCs. Is that rape?
Did those NPCs like though okay he well they did but not in our not she's talking, that's why I'm only talking to her right now.
Okay.
Okay, in Striking Vipers he was having sex with other NPCs unless they told him that they could like, because like the mod was so that way he could feel things. It wasn't like it never stated that the NPCs could feel things. Like the NPCs weren't conscious.
But they were still doing the same fighting moves and everything, and they could still feel the pain because it's still in the same universe.
No. This is like the NPCs in there aren't digital copies of real life people.
But wouldn't they still be considered cookies?
No, because they're not real people. The non-player characters, like the people that are already in the game that come with the game, aren't digital copies of people.
They don't feel anything.
They're just code.
Okay, but that's all that the other NPCs are just code.
No, what
They
you're
just
talking about are
have
like
the
the
memory.
avatars.
Yeah.
They're avatars. They're not.
Okay.
They're avatars. So like the people are going inside, like are like changing the way they look when they enter the game, and then having sex as those characters, right? But in USS Callister, the people that were in the game that weren't Robert Daly were like they lived in the game. They were there 24/7.
So are the avatars.
But the avatars themselves aren't like he's not like they're not forcing the avatars to have sex. They are the avatars. Like they
No,
are.
but they are forcing the avatars to have sex if they're the NPC ones.
Okay.
So then that would be rape.
But the NPCs aren't real life people. Like they're not digital. No, they're not copies of someone else. Does that make sense?
Still wouldn't be real.
Well, no. Okay. Here's what I'm trying to say. They're like it's you saying that they're the same people, but they're not.
I didn't say that they were the same. People.
Well, no, you're saying like they're in the same universe. They're not. It's the same type of technology, but the Striking Vipers technology isn't the same as USS Callister.
Okay.
Like it's not the same game.
You know how in GTA the people are just like walking around like
No.
in circle? Okay. Is there any game that you play where you just see people just like walking back?
No, she
Okay.
only plays first-person shooter games.
Okay, so
I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Yes, Fortnite.
Okay, no, okay, that's a perfect example. In Fortnite, the other people in Fortnite that you're shooting aren't NPCs. They're other people.
No, some of them are robots.
exactly.
Okay, the
Wait.
robots are robots. That's what she was talking about, NPCs. The robots are robots, and the other people who you're fighting are people in other parts of the world playing as those characters, right? that the person that you are is an avatar, not an NPC, because that person isn't just in the game. Like, you become that person.
So is it inhumane to wear other people's skin?
But it's not other people's skin.
Because then they're the avatars. They're stuck in the game too. So you just fucking.
They're more like they're like costumes. Like the avatars are like costumes.
You know how whenever like in Fortnite you have to choose a person?
That's more like a costume. It's not like a person that
But if you were going into it, you'd be wearing somebody else's skin.
Yes, but they're not. It's not a digital clone of someone else. They're just there. Like they're just code. They come with the game. Does that make sense? He added these people into the game.
Yeah, but if there's other people that weren't added in that are just there, is it okay to hurt those people?
Yes, because they're not
Okay.
they don't have free will. Like they're not like
Exactly.
they don't feel anything. Go ahead.
Let her talk.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so basically I haven't seen Fortnite, but I can tell you about GTA. In GTA, you have people from all over the world who tune in to play a game. Everyone that is playing, it's kind of like that, but whenever you're in it, you feel it. So the people that are in the game, they feel things. NPCs don't feel anything. They don't have a consciousness. They're not making decisions. In fact, they're coded to quite literally walk in circles. They don't know to do anything else. They don't make their own decisions. They don't do anything because they don't have a consciousness.
But it's all just zeros and ones at like the end of the day.
Why?
No, it's not. They are just zeros and ones. The difference is that the zeros and ones that he added into the game could make their own decisions. It's like when I was talking about Detroit Become Human, right? The robots became sentient. They started making their own decisions. They started breaking like the rules of their code. Or in the Wild Robot, she's okay, but in the commercial, in the trailer, she's a robot who becomes a mother to the duck.
What?
Right?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
It's in the trailer. She like becomes a wild robot, right? She washes it up. She's supposed to find a task, right? That's like in the trailer. I'm not spoiling anything.
It doesn't have any words in the trailer.
The trailer I saw did. Anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is that while yes, it is zeros and ones, and that all of the, because it's in the computer, they're all zeros and ones. Take Wreck-It Ralph. Okay, he makes his own decisions. Fix It Felix makes his own decisions. He married someone else, right? If we knew, like, obviously the people playing the game don't know because they use them as jobs, but like if we knew that the people in the game, like the NPCs, were cognizant and could feel things, shooting them on purpose would be wrong.
Well, what if that is the mission of the game?
If that's the mission of the game, and they're just like, if they can, like if they don't feel the pain, right? If they can't feel pain and they're not like begging you to stop, then it's, I guess it's fine.
For example, in video games, whenever you shoot someone, like, they're not begging you to stop because they don't feel it. But if they were to feel it, you probably wouldn't do it.
But also, like with your striking vipers like analogy or whatever, the two guys having sex, had he forced like the other guy, like when he was in the game, if he had if he had forced, the one guy had forced the other guy to have sex with him in the game, like forced him to, then yeah, I think that would be rape.
But he said that he had played the other characters and slept with them.
Yes, but the other characters they're not digital copies of real people that were added into the game and have free will. That's the difference. Like, they don't have free will. They don't feel anything unless those characters.
We don't know we have free will either, but we know we have consciousness.
Yes, okay, but saying it does. Okay, saying that like they like because you don't like that's what I told you earlier was like if Franklin from GTA came up to me or like told me through the game or somehow that what I was doing to him in the game was hurting him, like making him jump out of buildings and stuff. If that was hurting him and I was forced like then I'd stop doing that. But as of right now, he is just a video game character. Like he's not like he doesn't have he's not
program.
yeah.
But they're all just programmed.
But the ones that he added into the game weren't programmed.
But he made them. Like he created them.
Yeah, he created them, but
consciousness. He just input.
they like were downloaded and they were like cookies downloaded into there.
Yeah, but like they think that they're real, but they're really not.
Well, they think that the same with the cookie chick.
Yeah,
and
she thinks that she's real until she realizes she's not.
yeah, and still at that point she didn't want to work as the home assistant. She didn't want to, but she was forced to.
This is dead. I have another analogy. Okay, let's say that we're all in a video. Let's say that we're all in a video game right now. Like this is a video game. I told you right now, Lolly, you are in a video game.
Prove it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay. Imagine it was proven to you. Imagine I just took off your face, okay?
I would.
Check your
Because
genitals.
you asked me earlier. Oh, I told you in the video. Like, why would you believe me? Prove it to me. Like, because if
Okay.
you're in a video game, you can do whatever you want.
I know, but I'm saying, let's say, like, pretend I proved it to you. I just took off your hand and put it right back on. Okay, that being said, you are a character. Would you consider yourself to not be real because you have been living your entire life and experiencing things throughout your entire life? You have been making your own decisions and you thought you were real up until someone told you, hey, you're actually just a character. But everything that you felt, experienced, went through, thought of, that was all yours.
If she's still real. But you didn't
You thought you did.
up until this point.
Well, then I think that I wasn't real.
Now so you're not real now, and now
If
I
I'm-
can just rape you now.
Like,
That's crazy.
No, that is actually.
You can still feel it, and it's still everything else is still.
You have the exact same thoughts.
Video game. I can rape you now. It's okay.
But like, if I knew I wasn't real, like I can just kill myself, and then nothing would ever change. And then if I killed myself, then I wouldn't know anymore because that would be a reset.
But that's not how it worked in USS Callister.
Yes, it is.
They
He
couldn't
said
kill
that
themselves.
If they were to be that fucked up, they could die.
How?
No,
He said that he could kill him if he really wanted.
They
to.
could be killed, but they had to be killed by the programmer.
by the program.
It's honestly kind of worse than real life because in real life, like,
I just end up being the bug. And then hide. Live my life.
But no, he
Kinda
controls
cute.
everything.
yeah, you can't hide. In fact, it's kind of worse because you're still experiencing everything except you're trapped.
You're trapped no matter what you do.
Except they were trying to delete themselves. That's what they were trying to do.
And they couldn't.
So that way they.
No, they
No, they did.
could.
Oh.
They did. It did end up working out, but.
No, but like you can though because
But
one
that's
big
why
guy
they started-
opened the shaft and just went into space.
He killed Tommy though. The Daily killed him on purpose. He allowed him to die.
Wait, so you're telling me right now that if someone came up to you and told you, "Hey, you're living in a simulation, nothing is real, you're not real," and then they proved it to you by, like, again, taking your hand off and putting it right back on, you would just accept that and be like, "Okay, you're right, I'm not real," even though you went through everything you've been through, because there is very much a possibility we do live in a simulation. I'm not saying we are, but there is very much a possibility that we do. And if we do live in a simulation, we are quite literally the people in that game.
But we're not though because we're not like being tortured and we're not.
How do you
living out
know?
Somebody else's fantasy.
How do you
We're
know?
living out someone
You
else's.
could be living
fantasy.
out mine. I could be lying to you right now.
Like, how would you know?
But,
Because
like, your fantasy is to just sit here and talk to me. Like how boring.
this is
Unless I
very,
just killed you right
this is
now.
this is very fascinating to me. Honestly, I do this all day. Like, if I,
But that's not even like the point.
but like, okay, it is like let's say that we're living in someone else's fantasy and we're literally just like characters. Like we're giving again in this game, like in this game, you are partially controlled, but at the same time, you still make your own decisions and you still feel the things you feel. So we could be like, how do you know that?
But the
Because
difference is like when you kill someone in this world, they're dead and gone. Like they don't just like respawn or they're not re-downloaded in just because they had the same memories as the previous version. You don't get any of those experiences. It's a whole new thing.
but how do you know that those experiences, like,
They
they're
disappear. They're gone with the person. The person.
but are those experiences really gone because every character around them experience the present? Presence, like for example, if you died right now, would you not exist? No, you would still exist.
I wouldn't exist. Where would I go?
Well, you would exist in like to us.
Again, yeah, because we remember who you were.
Like once you die, you live in the memories. That's why they say you have a second death. You die once and you're dead, and then the second time you die is when
Everyone forgets
the
your
last
name.
person who remembers you
Passes
dies.
away.
What are we even supposed to be talking about?
That's the whole point. It happens. Okay, but what this whole thing was brought up was you were talking about whether or not what the guy having sex and striking vipers with other NPCs was rape.
I think it would be in your eyes if it was
not though.
I think that it would be if all NPCs deserve the same amount of respect. Okay, so then now they're a minority.
What?
What?
Like, would they be treated than non-real NPCs without a consciousness? Would they be? They're being treated as less than.
Well, they don't have a consciousness.
They don't have.
Well, then how is that fair?
Well, do we treat animals the same?
Oh, no, that's not even. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I didn't mean to like cut you off, but like what I'm trying to get my point across to you is that the NPCs that you see in like all the games that we have today and the NPCs that the guy said that he had, I don't know his name, but the guy he said he had sex with in Striking Vipers, those NPCs have not shown any signs of being conscious, of being sentient.
We didn't actually see the encounter though, so how do we know?
Well, we don't know. So based off of the information that we have right now,
So you're gonna
it's
assume
not.
no.
I'm going to, yeah, because I haven't been shown any signs that they were sentient. The reason why I'm saying that if the Robert Daly guy had given them all genitals and had sex with them and they didn't want to, then yeah, I would consider that rape because they were consciousness. They had the ability to say no and to, well, not just to say no, but to also they had the desire, like they didn't have the desire. They had desires and non-desires. You know what I mean? They had the ability to not want it, and they were able to convey that. Does that make sense? Like, we were talking about Free Guy or whatever, right? In Free Guy, all the NPCs are living out their lives, but the game itself was built off of like the foundation of the game was built off of an AI that was supposed to grow and develop, and it did, into the Ryan Reynolds character, right? And then he finds out he's in a video game and just starts playing the game, right? And like living out his life. But like as he started, he was just living his life and he was completely fine with it. Everything that happened, he was completely okay with it, right? But then the moment he found out that he was in the game, he didn't go up to people and go, "No, don't shoot me." He just started shooting everyone too. You know what I mean? So like while we think Free Guy, where Ryan Reynolds' character was alive, right? He was able to make decisions. All of the characters in that movie were technically, like, not all of them at first, right? At the beginning of the movie, they didn't make decisions. They just went through their life and it was the exact same day every single day until Ryan Reynolds started became sentient and then passed on the sentience.
It's like they develop consciousness.
Yeah. But at the beginning, like the androids in Detroit become human. Like they're not all of the androids are sentient, but they're still doing the same things that the sentient ones are doing. It doesn't make them like treating them badly is right or wrong because they are like they're not
It would be wrong.
alive. Do you know what I mean?
None of them are alive.
I mean, like not alive in the sense that like they're human beings with a beating heart. I mean, like alive in the sense that they have desires and they don't necessarily have choices, but they have like they. I think it's more desires in general. Like they have desires and they have like non-desires. Like they want things and they don't want other things. And being able to want things and not want other things I think is what makes you like have like your consciousness, like you're alive. Does that make sense?
To add a layer to that, also, like if you feel things, I feel like that's like if you do feel things, then like that does add a layer to consciousness.
I think it adds a layer, but I don't think it solidifies it because there are humans who don't have the ability to feel pain, but they're still human and they're still alive. It doesn't make them any less alive.
But they feel things. They still feel
No.
pain. Like they still feel pleasure.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, everyone has like the ability to feel something.
No.
Well, there are psychopaths who don't feel empathy. It doesn't make them any less human.
No, that's true, but they still feel things. You don't need to necessarily feel all the things, but feeling things at all. If that makes sense. Let it charge. Like the ability to feel it all. Like some people don't feel pain, but they do feel some like other things. Some people like don't have like wants and I mean they do have wants and desires.
No, everyone has a want and a desire. That's what makes you alive.
Okay, what about people that are depressed?
Like
They still
they're still numb, but they're still like
they
I'm
not be depressed.
well, no, it's not even that.
No,
It's
once you get to the point of depressed, like they want to feel anything and they don't.
But that's a want.
but they're able to
wanting to feel.
want those things. But it's also like people who are suicidal are still sentient because they want to die. Like they have a desire.
So
Or
they're sentient and not human anymore?
no, they are. You're a human being because it's your species. It's your biological species. You're a Homo sapien.
Sentient means like
So like
alive. Kind of, right?
No, I'm talking like sentient is like what you say when something who doesn't like when a species technically doesn't have like a consciousness and then develops one. Like like a robot.
Okay.
Like a robot can become sentient. But like all humans are born like we're all sentient beings because like we have
But sentient is
a consciousness. She
whether that's
Mila, I guess technically is sentient.
I wouldn't say that because like but like I feel like you're
They can't convey it into our language though, so it's different.
But they do experience it.
But it's I don't even know how to explain that.
I think we're going way too off a tangent.
On topic. Yeah, I don't know.
How long has this been going on for? We haven't even been doing an hour yet. Okay. Do
we're gonna edit all the other wrong things out.
wrong.
This whole topic that you
no, that's like a big
that's
part. That's like a good
I
part
know,
of the
I'm just
conversation. Do either of you guys, the two that haven't really been a part of the conversation, that were the actual guest stars of the actual show, do you guys have anything to add about just like something you want to like that the TV like the episode made you think about, like something you just want to talk about?
Have any of you guys watched Ready Player One? So it's basically the same thing. It's a video game, but it's like in a whole dystopian world. It's still humans, just like the same thing as like Maze Runner, or it's like a whole different like end of world type of universe. But in this one, you can go into a video game and you feel everything that the character feels.
What's it called?
Your avatar.
Like Avatar, but instead of
I think
like,
I've seen it.
Ready Player One.
it's like if you went into your Fortnite character.
So it's just like striking vipers.
Yeah, except they lived in that world, and there
Oh,
was nothing.
what?
Like
Okay,
like
got
he
it.
didn't like his family or whatever was in that world because there's like it pretty much the world went to shit because everyone was playing the game. So like this guy is like living in a shack, but has all of the video game equipment and like lives in the world.
Are you saying it's kind of like
Like
It's
they
like
live in
the
the video
episode?
game.
I was more or less gonna say, is it okay that they like? Yeah.
They do everything inside the game. Like they'll leave,
And that
like he
transfers
leaves,
to
like.
their body in their real life. Or
Well,
they
I
have
don't
to
think
don't
they.
remember.
I don't think they
Or they have to
like.
come out of the game
They
to
do.
certain
They
things.
do have to come out of the game to do certain things to like take care of like their bodies. But there's like a place that some of the people go to where they sit in a chair with like an IV, and they just are in the game 24/7. And like when the character goes to sleep, that's when their body like sleeps, and then when the character wakes up, that's
Has
when
anyone
their body wakes up.
has anyone seen
Oh.
San Junipero?
You better hurry up. It's fucking dying.
This one?
Yep.
Oh shit.
We might have to push pause.
I think
that's
once
the end of the episode.
that one's not even on.
I know.
Whenever this microphone dies, well, that'll be the end of the episode. But I think what was okay. So you were talking about Ready Player One. What were you leading up to that?
I was just gonna say, is it fine that they're getting hurt?
I think that one is like is it fine that like they're hurting each other?
Yeah, because they think it's fine.
Yeah.
What if it's not hurting them in real life?
It is. You feel what they feel.
The
Like,
body's
If I-
like
if I
real
punch you in that world, you get punched.
In
In
real
real
life.
life.
In
Yeah.
real life, you feel the
like
punch.
you have a bruise on your face.
Wow.
But the only difference is that like while you might feel like you're being stabbed, like when you come out of the game, you're still alive. But like if
So
you
you really got stabbed, like you're internally bleeding from the stab
No.
wound?
no,
But you physically
like you feel it.
Yeah.
Like it feels like you're
So
being
it's
stabbed
all
until
just
you exit the
pressure?
game.
Yeah. That type of stuff. But like.
But
if you feel
also, I think another thing about Ready Player One was all
No,
of
they felt it.
oh
They
yeah.
were-
That's crazy.
There's like a pressure point that like
Mhm.
it shows on the body.
But there is also like their currency was in the game too. Like the entire society was in the game. So like if you died in the game and like lost all of your stuff, you lost all of your stuff. Like if someone robbed you.
Okay, so I wasn't aware of this until now, but this portion of the video, my microphone has died, so you can't hear anything, and I deeply apologize for this. But I'm really bad at lip reading, so I can't actually tell you what I was saying. The audio does come back, but it does become spotty, so there are moments that are fast forwarded, like this one, to not have you watch the audio-less portions of the video. Okay, bye.
Mine's on now. So is yours.
Period.
Yeah, period.
Hey.
Did you unplug it?
Yeah.
It still needs to charge.
Oh.
Would that be different though?
I think it would.
If you looked at it as strictly
You
like
see
a
No.
societal
Oh, right there.
There you go.
thing to do.
I think when it comes to Ready Player One, I think it is cultural because like everyone
announce that the primary quest to find the Easter egg and inherit the
This one's
Oasis
on.
is finished. The protagonist, Wade, successfully navigates the final challenge and gains control over the virtual world. So, no.
Okay, so the game didn't end, but the guy that was previously running it no longer controls it.
The point of the game ends. Like, the whole point of that game was if you found the 3 keys, you win like something money. Like a bunch of money. And that's what everyone was going for.
Yeah, everyone was trying to get the keys to win the challenges and do everything.
And control the whole virtual world.
So they wanted to basically become like the ruler of the virtual world. That's what they were all competing for. And then at the end, the good guy gets it. Yeah.
Oh snap! There's coyotes outside, and Mila just perked her head up.
She heard it.
Did you hear it? Oh my gosh!
Mila, what do you think about non-player characters?
I'm not sure if you can hear it, but there currently, I think coyotes. Coyotes are outside. No, it's fine. Damn. Mila, it's okay. You're okay. Anyways, the coyotes are going crazy, which is why Mila is. She's kind of nipping at them. She's feisty. Fighting them. She's currently staring at the little sliver. Oh, did you guys water my cactus? Was he in? I'm sorry. Should probably give him some water. He hasn't drank water in a while. I'm not sure we did the before. It's still like almost 2 weeks. I mean, like it's been. Did you feed him the week I was in Morbid? He's okay. Cactuses don't need that much water. Well, yeah, but you're supposed to give him like 2 tablespoons. Yeah, but like they're fine.
I think that this is going to conclude our podcast episode. I think that we had a really good discussion. I think that Lolly and I can do our little reflections as part of the assignment that you gave us. But besides that, I think
Our whole conversation was just about what is real and what is not real.
which is what all of our class discussions end up. It's either that or what's lying.
What's cheating?
Like those are literally the only things we talk about. So yeah. So I think that's gonna conclude our episode.
I wanted to say hello.
Our sound engineer.
The coyotes are running again.
She told us to wrap things up. She's ready. She's ready for bed. So I just want to give a huge shout out to our guest stars and a thank you for being a part of this, despite the fact that the 2 main guest stars were barely a part of it. But thank you, Zanella. Do you have any final comments, Zanella?
No, thank you.
Okay, and thank you, Aaron. Do you have any final comments?
Do we want to get pho tomorrow?
Okay, and no, thank you. And Emily.
Yes.
Oh,
Yay! Let's go to La Pho. It looks so good.
okay, and thank you, Emily, our random guest that wasn't actually supposed to be a part of it, but talked the most. Okay, do you have any final thoughts?
I can't wait to be in your class next semester. Wait.
Okay.
Is he doing the Black Mirror class next semester too?
I think it's only in the spring.
Ask him.
This is the fall.
Oh, then it's only in the fall. I don't think he does it in the spring because he teaches the Greek one.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
His study abroad.
Wait. Are you staying for another like 2 more years?
Thanks for watching, guys. Like and comment for more.
No one wants more.
Oh, and subscribe.
I don't want to.
This is not being posted on social media.
No, I just went like this.
Oh.
I was concerned. Lolly, do you have any final thoughts?
Okay, so like pho tomorrow.
Who will ever know if anything is ever real? I don't really care.
I don't think anyone's ever gonna know it's real. I just know that if I'm in a relationship and that person cheats on me, they're dead and they won't be real.
If I catch my man walking down the street holding some random bitch's hand, it will be a bad day for everybody.
I think he.
I feel like this would be
ever.
a great podcast episode to say.
Okay, So thank you for tuning in to our first ever philosophy and probably our last philosophy final podcast. Woo! There'll be sound effects. Okay. Fireworks. Okay, thank you so much for watching and give us an A.
Thank you.
Yay, bye. Okay, I gotta turn it off.
Max and Ruby.
Black Mirror.